Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. So, as you could tell, we are going to do a recap and a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 5, titled Hold 'em Back. So, wow, this was one for the books. I mean, I don't know how to really feel about this because I've never seen anything like this in reality TV ever. But let's get into it, and then I'll give you my overall opinion as we go along. So we left off where we're still at Destiny's, reopening party, and we see Stormy pull up, and that's where it ended for the last episode. So we start up with Stormy getting out the car. We see her get out the car with her husband Courtney, and I believe her mom, and we see her with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, beautiful pink bouquet of flowers. Also, Destiny sees her pulling up. And I think Destiny probably had an idea that they were gonna come because, as you notice, Destiny kept looking out of the just kept looking out of the store. I figured she would be in there walking around, greeting her people, offering them products. Here, buy this, whatever, pushing products in people's hands because that's what the reopening is for them to make sales. So she's there standing looking, and she see Stormy come in, and she's like, oh my God. And in the confessional, she's like, I don't know why Stormy's here. The last time we met, the last two times we met, it wasn't good. The last one in particular, we got into it, and I haven't really talked to her, seen her in almost a year. So why is she here? All right, so she said, somebody needs to go out there and tell her that she can't come in because if I do it, it's going to be bad. So her store manager goes outside and meets Stormy, and she's telling her, thank you for coming, but Destiny doesn't want you here. So while she's doing that outside, we have Melnika, who is Martel's PR person and friend. She's inside telling Destiny, you got to do better than this. This is not how we're supposed to operate. We got to move forward, just forgive and move forward. Let her come in, let her give you her gifts and give you your gifts or whatever. So Destiny tell Melnika, go ahead, you could go outside, go tell her then. So Melnika goes outside, and she's like, no, she could come in. So now she's making the lady look, like it was her decision. And then she finally said, no, I just spoke to Destiny, and Destiny just said just now that she could come in. So before Melnika got outside, Stormy did tell the lady, okay, you could take the flowers in, and I tell her I wish her well, and I have a Gucci purse for her, but I'm not gonna. The lady was like, I'll take that too. She's like, no, I'm gonna keep it because you're giving a gift, an expensive gift like that, and you turned away. Heck yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Something that I would buy for myself, I'm giving you as a gift. So when Melnika came out, now she's like, all right. So Destiny decided to. Not Destiny, Stormy decided she would go in after all. If that was me, I would have turned around and left because you're telling me yes and no, yes and no. I would have turned around and left, but I give it to Stormy. She'd be the bigger person and go in. Of course, her husband was the kind of annoyed. So he was like, this is a waste of my time. And so she went in, and Destiny's still with the cold stone face. She goes and she stands directly in front of Destiny. Destiny's pretending she don't see her. She goes off to the side and borrows a fan from Tisha. I guess she was hot, so she borrows a fan from Tisha. She was fanning. So okay, Stormy's still trying to be the bigger person. She's like, Destiny, I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you're doing this, and I brought you a gift. And there was silence, of course, uncomfortable silence. And finally, Destiny said, thank you. Stormy is still holding the gift. She's like, where should I put it? Is there a gift table or something? Stormy is the only one who brought Destiny a gift for her grand opening. Everybody else who she considered a friend back in the day, everybody came with their long hands. They did not purchase anything, and they just came and, was just there. Destiny really didn't have any free refreshments. So there was nothing to really serve. So they were just standing around. But it's a store. You're supposed to go in and purchase stuff to support her. You're supporting her business. Go pick up some hair products. Go pick up a shampoo or so. Ladies, go pick up some extensions or whatever. Just buy something to support her. And I didn't see anybody actually picking out anything and going to the register to purchase, which is what needed to happen in order to support her. So all right, now um after that, I believe that oh yes, Stormy is in a little section and she's talking to Marsau and them, and Marsau is funny. Marsau is funny. He's like, I heard you. I heard when you say I brought you a Gucci so we could be good. He's like, oh, that's cold. So he says, I want to welcome you to Pettyville. I was the only one in Pettyville. Now we have population 2. So that was Marsau to Stormy. And Stormy's like, I guess he's like, what happened with y'all? And Stormy's like, well, I could be a little bit opinionated and maybe I said some things that she didn't like. But at the same time, you know what? I just wanted to be squashed and I want us to move forward. So, here I am. And they were like, we commend you for that. We commend you for that. So now we have Tisha and Kimmi. By this time, they had put the roses on the counter by the register. So Kimmi and Tisha is over there talking. And Kimmi hadn't seen Destiny's expression when Stormy was talking to her because Kimmi was standing behind her at some point. And they're talking about Destiny's behavior, her mood, her attitude, just her whole demeanor. And at that point, Destiny walked up and was like, so what y'all talking about? And Kimmi was like, wasn't that nice of Stormy to bring you stuff? Kimmi trying to be the mediator and stuff, trying to bring up the mood. And Destiny was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, she still wasn't invited. I don't know why she's here. She was just so monotone with it, and she was just so stone cold faced. She's like, but, change your mood a little bit. Why? I don't need to. There's nothing to fix. Stuff, she was just talking like that. So at one point, they were going back and forth, and Tisha's like, you know what, girl? I can't do this. I'm going over there. So she walks away, and around that same time, here comes Melody pulling up. So, of course, at this time, Destiny's back was turned towards the door. Nobody let her know that, girl, Melody's outside. So when the door opens and Destiny turns around to see who's coming in, she sees it's Melody. She rolls her eyes. Obvious roll of the eyes. Melody walks in, and under her breath, she's like, hi, Destiny. Destiny didn't hear her. So then she greet everybody else. Melody was with her mom, Miss Vaughn, and Miss Vaughn is like, hi, Destiny, congratulations. She said a few other nice words to her. Destiny acknowledged her mom and, told her thank you. And then Melody walked over to go find, I think it's Stormy. So now her and Stormy are standing at a part of the store just chit-chatting. And Stormy let her know what happened to her when she first came in. And Melody was like, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. And she told Melody about the fact that she might just take back her gift because it wasn't well received as she thought it would be. And Melody was like, no, it's all right. She'll be all right. People operate in the space that they choose to be, and you be the bigger person and move on with that. Then Stormy was like, I'm hungry. I see Miss Wanda out there setting up. And Melody was like, yeah, we're going to talk to her. We sure enough going to talk to her. And she's like, oh, my God. In my opinion, Melody came there to see Miss Wanda. She said she came to support a Black business. And I didn't see Melody looking around the store to purchase anything. When the store manager came over and asked them if they needed help to find anything, Stormy was like, the store ain't that big. We could see everything that we want. I don't see nothing that I want. And then we find out that Stormy's establishment, she says, is a couple of minutes up the block. So her warehouse that she makes her products is up the block, she says. And Destiny goes in her confessional and she's like, yeah, support Black business. I mean, you don't think my store is big enough to carry your products or anything. I'm the only Black business in the area that's not carrying your Black hair products. But to the point of what people have been saying, Destiny's store is hardly ever open. And she did admit that she's been having some issues and that she was having issues finding staff and stuff like that. So her store isn't open on a regular. So as a business owner, I'm like, Stormy could just sell her the items wholesale, get her money up front, and then Destiny could do whatever she wants to, or she could put it on consignment where she put it in the shop, and then when Destiny sells, she's get a percentage. I don't know how the operation is set up, but how did Destiny want that to happen? If you don't have people coming in to buy the products, and if she have them on consignment, then Stormy is losing. So for her to give her products, that would be a huge favor for her to do. So I think it would have been a better arrangement for her to buy the items wholesale, and then she gets some money up front. So I don't know why she doesn't have a business account with Stormy. I mean, does the wholesale? Yes, I know how the wholesale works. You purchase, you fill out an application to buy items wholesale, and then the company have to decide that based on your business model, are you the perfect store to have their products. They don't just sell their products to any and anybody, because remember, they have a reputation to uphold. Even though they're the wholesaler, they can't just give their products to everybody and hope that everything will go well. So there's some discussion to be had regarding Stormy and Destiny carrying her products, Canvas Beauty products, in her store. So, okay. So we have that where Melody and Stormy are standing there talking. The lady comes over, like I said, and asked them if they needed help finding anything. They were like, "Nah, we good." So now Melody decided she's going to walk out. You know, she's going to go out to go, I think, confront Miss Wanda, which is, I think, is her real reason for coming there. And as she's walking out with her mom and Martell, she gets outside. Then Destiny goes and she opens the door and yells out, "Next time you come into somebody's establishment, you should speak." And Melody was like, "I did speak to you. Run the cameras back. You're just trying to get a moment. I'm not here for you to get a moment." And she's like, "Anyway," and she flicks the wrist, like, "Get away from me, whatever. I can't be bothered with you right now." And she's walking over to Miss Wanda. So, at the same time, as she's leaving, her mom is leaving behind her, and and Miss Vaughn says, "Destiny, if you want your business to do well, you need to change your attitude." So Destiny says to Miss Vaughn, and what she said to her, something about, you need to worry about pimping out your daughter or something like that. But she was going at Miss Vaughn a little bit. And I was like, pimping out her daughter? What the heck she mean by that? So I guess she just pulled something out of the air to just throw at Miss Vaughn. And then she tells Miss Vaughn, "Excuse yourself," which is a nice way of telling an elderly person, "Get out." So Miss Vaughn was like, "I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Don't worry about it." And then she walked out of the store. Now, Destiny is so upset. She goes and she looks for her dad. We see her go back in the back office. And we see Tisha goes to the door and tries to get Destiny to come out. She knocks on the door. They really didn't, she didn't come out. So we leave it there. Now we're over by Miss Wanda's table. And how she started off with Miss Wanda. It's like, so Martell tries now. Martell is like, "Yo, Miss Wanda, I see that you're all decked out or whatever." And she was like, "Yep, that's the way to do it." Oh, this is the way it happened. We see Melody, she pulls out her phone and she goes on live. And then one of the producers tell her she can't go on live. So she's like, "Well, I'm just trying to go on live, just like how Miss Wanda be going on live and talking about my kids." So then she spots Miss Wanda's cousin behind her. I forget his name. And she's like, "Wait a minute, weren't you the one on live threatening me? Weren't you the one on live threatening me?" Miss Wanda was like, "All right, bring it on. I see you want to cause some trouble. So yeah, that was him on live. Bring it on. Let's do this. Let's do this." Oh my God. I'm like, okay, this is where it's going to go left now. So she's like, "I'm just over here to talk to you about you talking about my kids. Nobody wants this stuff. I'm sure it's sure enough nasty. I'm sure enough whatever." Oh yeah, his name is Bernard. That's who she can't, that's who I couldn't remember. Bernard was on live with Miss Wanda a couple of times. And Miss Wanda was like, "Yeah, bring it on. That's what's up. What's up?" And she's like, "Your stuff looks sure enough nasty." I'm like, oh my God, So she's like, Miss Wanda was like, "No, you're not going to come over here and try to disrupt my business. Not while I'm trying to work." And she was like, Melody was like, "What I'm going to need you to do Stop talking about my kids. You're going to talk about my half kids, my whole kids, my whatever kids. So Miss Wanda comes from around the table. She's like, little girl. And she was like, I'm not a little girl. And we all saw the argument happen. I'm not have to hash it, back and forth, because we were in awe. I'm sure just like you guys watching the show that you were in awe just as much as me. She goes to point, Melody points her finger in Miss Wanda's face. Miss Wanda tried to not really swing, but she was like, nah, you ain't gonna do that, little girl. She's like, nah, I'll be your little girl. We have Marsau and we have Tisha stepping in between. Somehow the two of them got in between. Not Marsau. Martell is in front of Melody and Tisha is in front of Miss Wanda. We have Marsau telling Tisha to move away from there. Move away from there, please. At some point, the two of them were pulled apart. Marsau is talking to Tisha. He's like, I honestly do not want you to get involved in this right now, because, once it goes left and I get involved, I'm going to go to jail and it's going to affect our family and our finances. And I don't want that to happen, because Marsau goes in a confessional. He says, at this moment, we have Tisha standing in front of a man, which is Martell. And we all know that Martell has a problem containing his temper. And if he puts his hand on his wife, then it's gonna go down. So eventually they pull them apart, and now people are trying to explain what's going on. They get Miss Wanda to go inside the store, and we have Melody outside the store still talking. I thought when she got in the vehicle she was gonna pull away. That would have squashed it all. But no, Melody is in the car still talking. Her mom is trying to put her in the car. Martell is trying to put her in the car, but no, she is not going to let up. She's still going. She's like, I have something to say, and I'm not going to leave until I say what I have to say. This lady is wrong. We have Tisha explaining that her mom didn't say anything about Mel's kids. All she said was, you need to go find your baby daddy. And the reason that came about is because Martell went on Dr. Heavenly's show from Married to Medicine and put it out there that Melody cheated on him with someone else, and that it's a possibility that people are saying it's a possibility that the last baby that they have may not be his. Now, Melody went on Carlos King's, one of his newest show, Nightcap with Carlos King, and said it and put it out there in the media that Tisha's father is in her DM. And the way she put it in there make it seem like he was trying to holler at her. So with that said, now Miss Wanda gets upset. She gets on her live and she is telling Melody, from what Martell said, that baby may not be his. You need to go find the real baby daddy of that little girl that you have. And as we know, kids are off limits. We should not have done that, Miss Wanda. That was wrong of you to even mention that. She's saying all she did was repeat what Martell said, and she didn't say anything about the children. And of course, you mentioned Melody kids and Martell kids is going to be a problem. Now, the reason, remember last episode, we had Melody go over to the house to tell Martell this is happening. She wanted Martell to deal with it, but because Martell wanted to get back in good with the Scots and start business with them again, he put it back in Melody's lap. So Melody is the one who have to deal with it, because Martell wants to have a good relationship with the Scots. Now, based on all of this that happened in front of Madani, in front of Destiny's store, I don't think that they're going to be working together, because again, in the last episode, Marsau did speak to Martell and tell him that he needs to have his own constitution of his emotions, which means keep yourself in check. You have a temper, you need to reel it back in at times, and you need to think about what you're doing. Now, the reason I say all of this is because after we thought everything had died down, we still have Martell saying that Miss Wanda was wrong, because yes, she was speaking on the kids. Marsau is trying to explain to Martell that no, she did not speak on the kids. We have Maurice, who actually stirred the pot a little bit, if you guys paid attention really well. Maurice said yes, she did say about the kids, and Martell at this point didn't want to hear no more. At the position that he was standing, he had to go between Marsau and Maurice to get away. And in so doing, Martel kind of pushed Marsau out of his way. Marsau did not like being touched like that, so now we have the two men fighting. The two men fighting now, we have producers pulling them back. We have other people pulling them apart. We have Maurice pulling his brother apart. And while that is happening now, Miss Wanda gets a chance to go out the back door of Madani. She runs, come around the whole parking lot, and she tried to jump on Mel from behind. One of the producers caught her just as she was about to get her. Miss Vaughn saw her coming as well and pulled Melody out of the way. So all that chaos was happening. Now we're able to get Marsau away for a while. We need to get two of them away from each other. With that, now we have Marsau on one side of the building. Now we see Martel get away from whoever he got away from. Now he's running around to get at Marsau. So it was just a whole mix-up. So that is why I say that I don't see Marsau and Martel coming back together as far as working together, because at this point the majority shareholder of Holt is Tisha. She had a conversation with Martel last week about his attitude and his behavior. So I don't know if it's gonna come together. I know Martel regret that because he was working hard and getting back in with his business partner. So I don't know if that's gonna come back together. So that's where we are with it. With that now, Miss Wanda, everything is squashed now. Not really squashed, but everybody's calmed down. We see the popo pass by. Everybody's like, you see, look at that. The police is circling. Just letting them know you better keep yourself calm, because if not, we're going to jail today. Now we see Miss Wanda back at her, her establishment, her little setup for her showing of potatoes and stuff. And them greens did look good. Now thinking back at it, them greens look real good. We see her back there. She's actually serving. We have Stormy getting the plate to go. She's like, I'll have some of this, and this. And then she says to Miss Wanda, I've never seen nothing like that. Somebody goes straight from fighting to serving food. Tisha goes to check on her mom. She's like, Mom, you need anything? You need a drink or something? She's like, just get me some water, honey. That's all I need right now. So we know that is not over between Melody and Miss Wanda. And since that unfolded on social media, because when it happened in real time, I believe it was on a Saturday or Sunday, we saw that. And I haven't seen Mel and Miss Wanda going back and forth online since then. So I don't know if anything came of it, but that was not nice. It wasn't a good look. You have all these black people in front of the store fighting. And to Destiny's point, they made a mockery of her event. They ruined her entire event. She said it to Melody. Melody was like, girl, bye, whatever. Meaning that you don't have any respect for her or what she's doing. Melody, you running businesses. You're running multiple businesses and you would want them to be successful. Yes, most of your businesses are done online. It's that, it's a shame that, it just so happens that Destiny's business is a brick and mortar business and she actually needs foot traffic to get it going. And for you to come there and choose that day to actually confront Miss Wanda, that wasn't right. I'm sorry. I love Melody just as much as the next person, and I am happy and I'm proud. And I admire everything that she's doing. However, that was wrong of her. She should not have chosen that day to do. You could have found Miss Wanda anywhere else, even online where you guys are going back and forth. Why choose that day at Destiny's event to come at her? I didn't like that at all. And then you leave without purchasing anything from the woman's establishment. Come on. Oh, all right. So, yeah, that was it. I think that's where it ended. And it wasn't a good look. I don't know if Carlos should have actually put this out there and put it on television just for the views and just to get the show up. Because as you remember, guys, the main reason we came to this show, I don't need to rehash it. I talk about it in almost every episode. We need to see that featured even more. The fact that, they're focusing on the drama. The first few episodes, I kept saying how much I enjoyed these episodes because there were actual conversations being had. Now we reach episode 5, we have people fighting. Where's it going to go from here? I see it being more of a gap now than before because of everything that went down I'm looking forward to see the future episodes of how they resolve all of this, because that's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It wasn't a good look at all. For the people who love drama, I know that they enjoyed this episode, but me who not into drama that much, I want to see progress. I want to see good things happen. I want to see our people shown in a good light. This wasn't a good look at all. And I think Melody started the whole thing. She came there to start drama. She stirred it up. She did. And then she left. Honestly, you could have done this online with Miss Wanda. You could have went on her live one day when she's on her Facebook live or on her Instagram live and confront her there. You didn't need to come to Destiny's event to do that. So that is my recap, my review, my opinion on this Love and Marriage Huntsville episode, season 5, episode 5, titled Hold Them Back. Let's see what the other episodes bring going forward. But in my opinion, honestly, I really do not think that Marsau, Martell, and Tisha are going to move forward with business. If they do, I'll be really surprised, because they work well together. Marsau have said it. He missed his work partner. But that temper, and I do understand that Martell had to defend, his wife and his family, even though they're not together anymore to a level. But that right there, that wasn't good. That got way out of hand. All right, guys, I am rambling. So with that, I say until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.